Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be working on a side table. It has a stained top and a painted base. And here's a quick run through of what it is. And then I wanted you to see a picture of the finished product. And we'll get started. Step one is going to be the table top. And here's a shot of all the lumber that I took. Basically, we're going to need 2x4s, 2x6s, and 2x2s. The first step is to get the stained top, and they are just 2x6s that are glued together. And we're just going to glue each edge here with a thin layer of glue. Like I said, these are 2x6s. There's 3 of them. There's the depth that I wanted. And I put these little side rails on my workbench to make it a little easier to put the clamps on. And so in a few places the boards were slightly warped, so I wanted to make sure that got nice and flat, so I clamped on the edges as well. And I wasn't planning on using any really heavy lifting, so I didn't use any biscuit joints or anything like that to join them together. Okay, so this next step that we're working on is the 2x4 frame. Each side is going to have 3 legs, 3 2x4 legs, and 2x2s holding those legs together. So right now we're just cutting all of those out, and basically we're cutting out 6 2x4s and 12 2x2s. And this is kind of a rough idea of how that's going to look. We'll have 3 rails between each 2 2x4s. And so I'm using a Kreg jig, and you'll just want to follow the instructions on the box. It's pretty clear looking at the board thickness and the thickness of the material, and that's how you set the depth of the Kreg jig. And then you'll also make sure to use the right screws, and then here's where we're setting the depth of the drill, or of the holes that the pocket holes that we're going to drill into the legs of the table. And then you set the collar on the drill bit so that it creates the appropriate depth based on the thickness of the wood. And so right now I'm using this 2x2 template to outline to draw the lines in the 2x4s as to where each of the 2x2s are going to connect. And that template the spacing there is 14 inches. And so I'm just making sure that these are the 6 2x4s that we're going to drill the pocket holes for. And once you get going on this, it's pretty simple. Just do 1 pocket hole for each 2x2 frame that you're going to be putting together, so each 2x4 will need 3. And then on this one I'm transferring my lines to the other side because the middle 2x4 will have a pocket hole on each side so that it connects the 2x2 on each side of it, because it's going to be in the middle. So right now I'm drawing where the 2x2s will come into this 2x4. Again, this is the middle one of the bracing. So we did the pocket holes on the one side, and now we're doing the other side. Again, of just the middle 2x4. Okay, so now we've got all the pocket holes drilled, all the 2x4s and 2x2s cut. We're going to glue them up and get them attached. There was the top rail. Now we're working on the middle rail, the 2x2. Same process, just thin layer of glue and 2 screws. Got one last rail. Again, same process. Okay, that was the left side. Now we're connecting the other side of one leg rail. Connect this the same way, glue and screw, but you'll just need to attach it to the middle and then attach to the end 2x4. Once you get that last screw in, there's one side. What I'm measuring here is this table is going to have 2 shelves, one in the middle and then one on the bottom, and that shelf's going to be made with a 1x12, and so what I'm measuring is the length of that middle and bottom shelf. Alright, that's it for part 1, guys. Come back for part 2 and we'll see the finished product. Thanks.